Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you push, life just won't budge? Like you're climbing an endless staircase, yet the top seems to move farther away with each step? If so, you're not alone. This is a struggle that has plagued humanity for centuries. But what if the answer isn't about climbing harder or faster, but rather about stepping back? Let me share with you an ancient story, one that holds a timeless lesson for the modern soul. Once upon a time, in a quiet village nestled between two great mountains, there lived a young man named Kaito. Kaito was a dreamer, his eyes always fixed on the horizon. He longed for success, for freedom, for a life that felt full and meaningful. But no matter what he tried, he always found himself stuck, as if the universe itself conspired to hold him back. By day, Kaito worked tirelessly in the rice fields, his hands calloused and his back aching. By night, he sat under the stars, questioning his place in the world. Why does it feel like the harder I try, the more trapped I become? He often wondered. Despite his efforts, his life felt like a loop he couldn't escape. One evening, a wandering monk passed through the village. Hearing of Kaito's struggles, the villagers suggested he seek the monk's guidance. With hope flickering in his chest, Kaito decided to embark on a journey to meet this enigmatic figure. The monk lived atop the eastern mountain, a place shrouded in mist and mystery. The climb was treacherous, with jagged rocks and narrow paths. Yet, Kaito's determination burned brighter than his fear. As he ascended, the mountain seemed to test him at every turn. A sudden storm rolled in, drenching him to the bone. The wind howled, tugging at his resolve. Exhausted and shivering, Kaito reached a plateau and spotted a small hut nestled among ancient pine trees. Smoke curled lazily from its chimney, and the scent of burning incense mingled with the crisp mountain air. Inside, the monk sat cross-legged, his presence calm and grounding. Without looking up, he gestured for Kaito to enter. "You seek answers," the monk said, his voice as steady as the mountain itself. "Yes, master," Kaito replied, bowing deeply. "I feel stuck in life, no matter how hard I try. Please, tell me what I must do to move forward." The monk studied Kaito for a moment, then smiled faintly. "Come," he said, rising gracefully. He led Kaito to a small stream behind the hut. The water flowed over smooth stones, its surface clear enough to reflect the sky. "Sit here," the monk instructed. Kaito obeyed, the chill of the ground seeping through his robes. The monk handed him a wooden bowl and a stick. "Now, stir the water in this bowl." Confused but compliant, Kaito swirled the stick in the bowl, watching as the clear water turned murky. "What do you see?" the monk asked. "Only mud," Kaito replied. The monk nodded. "Now, place the bowl down and wait." Minutes passed. Slowly, the sediment settled, and the water became clear once more. "What do you see now?" the monk asked again. "I see the sky reflected in the water," Kaito said, his voice tinged with wonder. The monk's eyes twinkled. "This bowl is your mind, Kaito. When you stir it with worry, fear, and endless striving, it becomes cloudy. But when you allow it to be still, clarity returns. You are not stuck because life refuses to move. You're stuck because you refuse to be still." Kaito felt as though a veil had been lifted. All his life, he had equated progress with relentless action. But now, as he gazed at the still water, he understood. Clarity doesn't come from more effort. It comes from balance. The monk continued, "Life is like this mountain stream. It flows naturally, effortlessly. When you fight against the current, you tire yourself. But if you align with its flow, it carries you. Your struggle, Kaito, is not with the world but with your own resistance." Kaito closed his eyes, letting the monk's words sink in. For the first time in years, he felt a sense of peace. The noise in his mind quieted, replaced by the gentle sound of a stream. The next morning, Kaito descended the mountain, the monk's wisdom echoing in his heart. He returned to the village, not as a man defeated by life, but as one who had discovered its rhythm. He no longer measured progress by how much he accomplished, but by how aligned he felt with each moment. When challenges arose, he remembered the still water in the bowl and allowed himself to pause. And in that stillness, he found solutions he had once been blind to. You see, we all have moments when life feels stuck. But perhaps, like Kaito, we're stirring the water too much. Sometimes the answer isn't to do more but to do less, to let the sediment settle and allow clarity to emerge. So, the next time you feel trapped, ask yourself, are you resisting the flow? Are you stirring the water? Take a breath. Step back. Be still. You might just find that the answers you seek were there all along, waiting in the quiet. Because in life, as in the story, the journey is not about conquering the mountain but learning to move with its rhythm. And when you do, you'll discover that being stuck was never the problem. It was simply an invitation to pause and realign.